Hi there, Dion Johnson here. Thank you so much for stopping by my LinkedIn profile. It's been a couple of years now, if I'm not mistaken, since I last did one of these videos about who I am and what my work is about, to welcome you and other newcomers to my LinkedIn profile, just to in case you're wondering if we go together, in case you're wondering if I'm your next coach or your next ally or your next advisor, I wanted to share in this video some of what makes me, what gives me, what makes me different from everybody else that's doing this work to support women in senior leadership. So let me start there. My name's Dion and I work with women in senior leadership. My work is really all about helping us as women in senior leadership to be more influential. So my clients are people like CEOs, directors, heads, strategic leads across the sectors in the global marketplace. So wherever you are in the world, um, you know, I'm really passionate about supporting you if you're a woman in senior leadership. So on my LinkedIn profile, you'll be able to see some of the videos that I've done in the past about my work and what's happening. But because I'm really powerfully committed to helping senior women to keep growing, to keep evolving, that means that I need to be evolving and growing. So the last time I made a video, there's been quite a gap between the last video and this one. And obviously things have changed. I've moved on. There are some distinctions about me, my work that I really want to share with you in this video. But I also encourage you to go back and watch the others because they're all still really relevant. They're all still part of who I am. But one of the things that's really shifted in this last 18 months is the type of woman that I really want to work with. And so, I work with women in senior leadership, but really the distinction that's coming up is that I want to work with women who really care about maximizing their position and their authority. Women who really care about leading important and meaningful change. Women who really understand that their leadership role is about leadership, is about taking their organization or their industry in new direction, going forward and advancing, rather than just managing. You see, so much of what I see around right now is that leadership is synonymous with management, keeping things ticking over, keeping things exactly the same, keeping things trundling along, but not going anywhere in particular. And what I really have worked out is that it inspires me to work with visionaries, women who see that there is so much room for improvement, that there is a need for change, that they are wanting to lead. So that I'm really passionate about working with purpose-driven women who want to really step into their edge and expand their comfort zone and grow and evolve and transform. Women who are willing to trade their comfort zone for the growth zone, for their evolutionary zone. Women who are all about wanting to become more, even though that you know that you're in an undeniable success, even though you know that there's no question of your accomplishments so far, you're an accomplished, achieving woman, high achieving woman, but you know that there's more for you to be, more for you to do, more for you to say, more for you to create, more for you to express through your work. So that's really key for me, that I want to work with women who inspire me, and those are the women who really care about being part of the solution and being part of leading their industry and their organization forward. I'm really sweating. It's very, very hot here in London today, and maybe it's hot where you are too. Okay, so the second distinction that I really want to share with you about my work is around spiritual intelligence. So some of you will know, if you've been around my work for a while, that I am an avid woman of faith. to my chest, I'm sweating buckets. I'm an avid woman of faith. I really care about spiritual development and spiritual growth and spiritual intelligence. The way that I see it for us as women in the marketplace is that we really major, the marketplace really majors on IQ, intelligence, information intelligence, the way, you know, just the way, the measurement of how good we are with calculating and measuring and understanding information. So we are really great at IQ. And over the last 20 years, you know, we've been getting better at EQ, the measurement of how we can interpret our feelings. You know, we talk more about feelings in the marketplace right now. But one of the intelligences that I think is really missing from our operation and our mind, the global marketplace mind, is spiritual intelligence, is our capacity to understand relationships with spiritual realm and our relationships with each other and our purpose for being. This is what I mean when I say spiritual intelligence. It's the identity work. It's the piece that talks about who we are and why we exist, why we are working, why the marketplace is, what's the relationship between us and the spirit and with each other. This development, this understanding, as a woman of faith, this has been my understanding. My understanding is that IQ and EQ by itself, they just don't stand up. They just don't work on their, they're like a two-legged stool. They can't carry weight. But when IQ, which is really powerful, and EQ, which is really powerful, come together with SQ, spiritual intelligence, now we become sturdy and we become strong. And, you know, I can't help but think about some of the things that we're seeing happening in our world right now. And what I realize is that it's an absence, it's a missing piece called SQ, spiritual intelligence, that I really believe is the reason why things are so out of whack right now. Okay, so in my work, spiritual intelligence is absolutely key. I lead with that. I develop my own spiritual intelligence, and if we work together, there will definitely be a pivot around spiritual intelligence and your spiritual growth and your identity and your purpose. That kind of work is critical for your growth as influencers. And so the third distinction that I really want to share that's new from the last time I did a video like this is my focus on tackling inequality. Now, I know that I don't know when you're watching this, but right now the world is emerging from lockdown. The coronavirus came and slapped us into submission, sent us to our rooms to think about what we're doing with the world. I heard somebody say that the other day, and I really like it. And one of the things that really came out loud from the lockdown and this season of quarantine and the following on from that, the murder of George Floyd, is this very, very sharp and intense focus on inequality. And it's been a burden of mine for as long as I can remember, for the last 7 years at least, that I'm beginning to understand that the marketplace that we lead in is creating, and impacting inequality. There is an unlevel playing field that's being perpetuated by marketplace operations, that things are not fairly stacked, that our operations, our policies, our way of working is founded and maintaining and sustaining the notion of those who are superior and those who are inferior. And the marketplace is just associated with injustice and associated with indifference and unfairness. And I believe that as we grow as leaders, as we ascend to new heights of influence, the reason for all of that growth is something to do with tackling the injustices, the unfairness, the unlevel playing field within our realm of influence. And so if we work together, you can bet your bottom dollar that I won't just be focusing on getting you out of your current situation. In fact, my work will really be about helping you to transmute the things that you're going through in your work. So power struggles, pushbacks, professional power plays, that game playing that happens in senior leadership, the pressure that really goes hand in hand with senior leadership, the politics, the isms, the schisms, the prejudice, the power struggles, all of that good stuff that's associated, that goes hand in hand with senior leadership. In my work, I'll show you how to transmute that and how to change that and alchemize that so that you become the powerful woman of influence that you are being called to grow into. That how you transmute all of that power struggle into the power to influence important, meaningful change. I know that essentially my work is about healing. I know that essentially my work is about restoring humanity, that it's about us healing and handling our hindrances that get in the way of our ascension to new heights of influence. And so my work will really be about it will just be touching on that you won't just come to get out of pain, but you'll get out of pain and into your power to influence. Okay, so I'd love to know if you have any questions about this. I'd love to know if that sounds good or if any of this is resonating. If it's resonating, that means that we go together. That means that there's something for us to do together. That means that you should draw close. And what I'm inviting you to do right now is to click on the link that accompanies this video and join my mailing list at least, so that you get notifications and you get updates and you get free training and lots of different things that I'll be working on that you'll get the heads up about. And if you feel like what I'm saying really resonates and you want to talk, then that's good too. Send me a DM on LinkedIn and I'll be sure to respond within the next few hours. You'll see a response from me. All right, that's it. I'll speak to you soon, I hope. And thank you so much for visiting again. And thank you for watching this. Bye.